When Tesla pulled the cover off the Cybertruck in Los Angeles in 2019, the reveal instantly divided opinion. CNBC at the time called it
a radical departure from anything on the road, looking more like a prop from Blade Runner than a pickup truck.
The truck's sharp stainless steel exterior and angular silhouette shocked both the auto industry and Wall Street. The bold promises were just as attention-grabbing. Elon Musk claimed it would offer better utility than a truck with more performance than a sports car. Within days, Tesla reported over 250,000 reservations, and the demand is off the charts.
The demand is off the charts. We have over 1 million people who have reserved the car.
As the Wall Street Journal later wrote,
the Cybertruck may be the most polarizing vehicle ever revealed, but has succeeded in capturing worldwide attention.
5 years later, however, the conversation has shifted. Production setbacks, high costs, and cooling demand raise a sobering question. Can Tesla's most unconventional product turn spectacle into sustainable sales? So what went wrong? Tesla Tech Insider dove in to find out. Number 1, the hype. The Cybertruck's unveiling wasn't just a product launch, it was a cultural phenomenon. The moment the stainless steel wedge rolled on stage in Los Angeles, headlines and hashtags exploded. The Verge described it as
a viral moment engineered for the internet age,
highlighting how Tesla seemed to design the truck with memes in mind. Within hours, clips flooded Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube, where fan edits and parodies quickly amplified its reach. The infamous armored glass mishap turned out to be an accelerant rather than a setback. Bloomberg observed that
what might have been a PR disaster became one of the most effective zero-cost marketing campaigns in automotive history.
The shattered window video alone racked up tens of millions of views across platforms. On TikTok, users remixed the scene into comedic skits, while gaming communities modded the Cybertruck into titles like Grand Theft Auto and Halo. Traditional auto media were quick to point out the spectacle's uniqueness. Motor Trend declared it
the most polarizing vehicle design in modern automotive history,
while Car and Driver wrote, Ford and GM rely on legacy and tradition. Tesla relies on shock value, and it works. Meanwhile, Road and Track noted that the Cybertruck is less a work vehicle than a statement, a rolling argument about what the future should look like. Financial outlets recognized the rip.
Tesla generated more cultural and investor attention with one event than Ford or GM achieved with entire marketing budgets.
A Morgan Stanley note to clients even described the truck as a halo product, too unlikely to dominate in volume, but invaluable in keeping Tesla at the center of the EV conversation. The cultural lens made the hype even sharper. Wired compared the Cybertruck to a movie prop that escaped from Blade Runner, while Esquire called it an internet-breaking moment that blurred the line between technology, fashion, and art.
Tesla doesn't need everyone to like the Cybertruck. They only need a core group of buyers who see owning one as an identity statement.
Reuters summarized the phenomenon best.
The Cybertruck captured imaginations in a way few vehicles ever have. Admired or ridiculed, it demanded attention.
The hype cycle had placed Tesla in an enviable position. Everyone was talking about the Cybertruck. Yet history shows that attention and admiration don't always translate into long-term sales. For all the hype surrounding the Cybertruck's arrival, actual sales figures have painted a far more sobering picture. Tesla delivered only a fraction of the pre-orders that had once been touted as a game-changer for the electric pickup market. Analysts say that while curiosity was high, real-world adoption has lagged.
What we're seeing is a mismatch between the excitement of early reservation holders and the reality of mass market demand. A lot of people put down $100 to join the hype, but far fewer were prepared to spend upwards of $70,000 when the truck finally arrived.
The sales gap becomes more striking when compared with traditional truck leaders. Ford's F-150 Lightning, despite its own production challenges, still outsold the Cybertruck by a wide margin in its first year. General Motors also managed to move more electric Silverados into customer hands than Tesla did Cybertrucks.
Tesla was late to the pickup party, and that allowed legacy automakers to get ahead in the space.
Another factor holding back sales has been price creep. While Elon Musk once suggested the Cybertruck would start at under $40,000, the real launch prices were dramatically higher.
The pricing shift broke trust with a portion of Tesla's fan base. You can't promise affordability for years and then deliver a luxury price tag.
This gap in expectations left many potential buyers on the sidelines, opting instead for cheaper hybrids or waiting for future EV offerings. Even among Tesla enthusiasts, enthusiasm has cooled. Some owners of earlier models expressed hesitation about the truck's practicality.
A lot of longtime Tesla drivers were intrigued, but when they looked at the truck's massive size, limited charging network for towing, and the unproven build quality, many decided against upgrading.
Shared one EV community moderator. Fleet buyers, who are critical to the truck market, have also been reluctant. Unlike Ford and GM, which secured contracts with commercial operators, Tesla has struggled to attract business customers at scale. Industry experts point out that this weakens Tesla's long-term growth prospects in the truck sector. The result is a launch that feels more niche than mainstream. Cybertruck sightings create buzz on social media, but that hasn't translated into broad adoption. Instead, the vehicle remains something of a curiosity, more a statement of identity for a small group of buyers than a mass-market workhorse.
The Cybertruck is not yet a failure,
One automotive professor stressed.
but its sales trajectory shows that Tesla miscalculated both how many people actually wanted this kind of design and how much they were willing to pay for it.
Why the car is not selling. If the Cybertruck captured attention like few vehicles before it, the reasons behind its sluggish sales are equally striking. Analysts, customers, and even some longtime Tesla supporters point to a series of structural problems that have kept the futuristic truck from becoming a mainstream success. The first and most obvious barrier is price. Tesla originally teased the Cybertruck as an affordable pickup, but when it launched, entry-level versions were nowhere to be found. The real starting point was closer to $60,000, with higher trims pushing well beyond $90,000.
Price shock was the single biggest factor. You had tens of thousands of people thinking they'd get a futuristic truck for under $40,000, and then the reality was double that. Many walked away.
Second, the design itself has proven polarizing. While some hail the stainless steel wedge shape as bold and revolutionary, many traditional truck buyers see it as impractical. Visibility is reduced by the truck's sharp geometry, while its enormous size makes parking and daily use cumbersome.
Pickup buyers are used to vehicles that balance work and lifestyle. The Cybertruck leaned so hard into being a statement piece that it lost the practical middle ground.
One dealership manager noted. The stainless steel exoskeleton has also been a double-edged sword. Tesla touts it as nearly bulletproof, but its rigidity creates problems with manufacturing, repairs, and safety compliance. Body shops are hesitant to handle repairs, and owners fear high costs if accidents occur.
What Tesla saw as an innovation, the market is reading as risk,
Explained a materials engineer familiar with EV production. Another issue is utility. Traditional truck owners often rely on towing capacity and payload strength. While Tesla advertises competitive numbers on paper, real-world performance hasn't convinced skeptics. Towing dramatically reduces battery range. Charging stations are sparse in rural areas, and charging with a trailer attached can be nearly impossible.
Range anxiety is multiplied when you add a trailer into the mix.
An EV journalist pointed out,
That's a deal breaker for many who use trucks for work or travel.
production delays have also hurt momentum. Tesla repeatedly pushed back delivery dates, which eroded trust among early adopters. While rivals like Ford and Rivian managed to get trucks on the road sooner, Tesla customers were left waiting years for a product that arrived later and costlier than expected.
Missed deadlines don't just disappoint fans, they let competitors define the market first.
One industry veteran remarked, "Even in lifestyle and tech-savvy circles, some see the Cybertruck more as a novelty than a viable, everyday vehicle." Social media is full of viral clips of Cybertrucks, but as experts caution, viral visibility doesn't always equal sales. The truck became a symbol of Tesla's ambition, yet not everyone wanted that ambition parked in their driveway. Finally, there is the question of trust. Tesla's broader reputation has been shaped not just by its products, but also by its outspoken CEO. Some consumers are wary of tying themselves to a brand that often courts controversy.
For some buyers, it wasn't the truck itself that turned them off, it was Musk.
A consumer behavior analyst explained,
"Brand perception matters, and right now, Tesla's is divisive."
Together, these factors have combined to create a perfect storm. A truck that generates buzz, but struggles to convert that buzz into sustainable sales. EV cars are struggling. The Cybertruck's disappointing sales don't exist in a vacuum. Across the industry, electric vehicles are facing headwinds that have slowed what once seemed like unstoppable momentum. High interest rates, waning subsidies, and stubborn consumer hesitancy have all taken a toll.
EV adoption in the U.S. is hitting a plateau.
J.D. Power's executive director of EV intelligence said in a 2024 report.
Early adopters have already jumped in, but mainstream buyers remain cautious about price, charging, and long-term value.
Even established automakers are feeling the squeeze. Ford recently announced it was scaling back its EV investments after slower than expected sales of the F-150 Lightning.
We are adjusting to demand.
Ford's CFO John Lawler told investors, noting that the company had lost billions on its EV unit. General Motors, once bullish on a fully electric future, also delayed production targets for its Silverado EV and Cadillac Lyriq. Consumer demand remains patchy. While Tesla's Model Y continues to lead global EV sales, other models have faltered.
Outside of a handful of standout performers, most EVs are sitting longer on dealer lots compared to their gasoline counterparts.
Cox Automotive reported in early 2025. That imbalance has forced dealers to offer heavy discounts, eroding profit margins, and dampening enthusiasm from automakers. The charging network remains another critical barrier. Despite billions in federal funding, rollout has been slow.
The number one reason shoppers hesitate to buy EVs continues to be charging infrastructure. Until charging becomes as seamless as gas stations, adoption will be capped.
Economic conditions have also played a role. Rising interest rates have made financing more expensive, hitting high-priced EVs especially hard. At the same time, battery costs, which were expected to steadily fall, have recently ticked up due to supply chain constraints in lithium and nickel.
We expected a glide path to cheaper EVs. Instead, costs have plateaued, keeping entry-level EVs out of reach for many.
Tesla itself has acknowledged these broader challenges. During a 2024 earnings call, Elon Musk admitted that EV demand in the U.S. is under pressure, citing affordability and charging as the two biggest hurdles. While Tesla has attempted to cushion the blow with aggressive price cuts on the Model 3 and Model Y, margins have suffered. All of this creates a challenging environment for a niche product like the Cybertruck.
It's tough to sell a $70,000 stainless steel truck when even mainstream EV sedans are struggling. The whole sector is slowing, and Tesla's most radical vehicle is caught in that slowdown.
Aftermath and future. The Cybertruck's bumpy rollout has left Tesla in an unusual position. Once known for turning skeptics into believers, the company is now facing questions about whether its boldest bet to date has missed the mark. The short-term aftermath is clear. Sales remain modest, investor confidence has been shaky, and Tesla has been forced to focus more on cost-cutting and price adjustments across its lineup. The Cybertruck hasn't been the volume driver Tesla once implied it would be. Instead, it's a brand halo product, something flashy that grabs attention but doesn't move the needle financially. Still, Tesla is far from retreating. Elon Musk has continued to frame the Cybertruck as a long-term play rather than an instant blockbuster. Production lines are scaling slowly, and the company has suggested that design improvements and lower-cost variants may come in future years. This is a marathon, not a sprint, Musk told shareholders, stressing that the Cybertruck represents a new category of vehicle that will mature over time. For the broader EV market, the Cybertruck serves as a reminder of both potential and peril. Its viral visibility shows that EVs can still capture imaginations, yet its commercial struggles underscore the limits of hype in a cooling market. Rival automakers are watching closely. If Tesla can eventually refine production, stabilize pricing, and carve out a dedicated niche, the Cybertruck could prove durable. If not, it risks joining the ranks of ambitious vehicles that never truly found their mark.
The lesson here is that design alone doesn't guarantee success. Execution, timing, and consumer trust matter just as much. The Cybertruck is a case study in how those pieces don't always align.
Looking forward, Tesla faces a crossroads. Expanding its charging network, cutting battery costs, and regaining mainstream trust will be essential, not only for the Cybertruck, but for its entire portfolio. The company still has unmatched brand recognition and a loyal base, yet even Musk has admitted that competition is fiercer than ever. Whether the Cybertruck ultimately becomes a cult icon or a commercial cautionary tale remains to be seen. For now, it stands as a bold experiment, one that tested the limits of design, divided opinion, and revealed just how difficult it is to sell electric vehicles